Hello, and thank you for joining us here at the Kennedy Longfellow School in Cambridge, Massachusetts, as we jump full steam ahead into some very cool science projects. My name is ConnectivityEdelman, and I support junior kindergarten through 5th grade students with the innovative use of technology in all subject areas. Let's head inside. Here at the Kennedy Longfellow School, also known as KLO, students have one-to-one access to iPads, and how teachers have been using them to augment their science curriculum has been truly transformative. Over the past school year, KLO has been moving towards a STEAM-based approach to scientific learning and thinking. STEAM being the integration of science, technology, engineering, art, and math. The several projects that will be highlighted in this presentation will demonstrate the use of the iPad as an all-inclusive platform for this type of cross-curricular, project-based learning. But you don't want to listen to me talk all day. Instead, I've employed the true experts here at KLO to help explain the hows and whys behind some of the digital tools we're using to support learning. The students. Classroom exemplars will show the use of the iPad to support projects from beginning to end, from research to scientific documentation to dissemination. Let's take a closer look. We'll begin with research. As an educator, you know that weeding through the glut of online resources for student research can be daunting. I've asked 2 3rd grade students to share several excellent resources for safe research sites that provide students with instant access to student-friendly scientific content.
Hi, we're 2 3rd grade students showing you on the iPad how to research scientific facts.
We've been doing research on habitats, and we've been using several websites to get information about them. We're going to use the green screen to make public service announcement videos about our topics.
Our teacher created a web clip for us that takes us right to KidRex. KidRex is better than Google because it gives you better information and it's safe for kids. I'm going to show you how to use KidRex to find information about what penguins eat. I'm going to click on the KidRex web clip, and now once you see the bar, click it and then you type in what you're researching, and I'm going to be researching on what penguins eat. And then you press search. And then once you have some, you can click any of them. First one I'm going to click is penguins, diet, and eating habits. And then what it says here, it says penguin, diet and eating habits. Food preferences and resources. Penguins eat krill, and then it just says information about what penguins eat. You can search KidRex for any information.
Our teacher also gave us a web clip to Kid Info Bits. Kid Info Bits is another great, safe way to research your topic. I'm studying polar bears, and I'll show you how to research them and find out what they eat. Once I open up Kid Info Bits, they'll give you a wide variety of things to click, and I'm going to click animals since I'm researching polar bears. I'm going to click on mammals. I don't see polar bears, so I'm going to search polar bears in the search button. And if you go to the top one, you can press View. Then it will give me a lot of information to choose from.
The last website we will be showing you is Newsela.com. Newsela is cool because it gives you articles about current information, and you can choose your own reading level you want. I've been researching how climate change affects penguins. I'm going to research an article about climate change. The first article is about the South Pole's ice melting. Once I open the article, I can choose what reading level I want. The reason we like using the iPad for research is because we can get the most updated news.
And we can find images that we can use for our video.
Hi, I'm Amanda Kilton, the art teacher here at the Kennedy Longfellow School. 5th grade students here are exploring the intersection of science and art through a kinetic sculpture project called Cardboard Automata. The project specifically supports learning goals tied to the Massachusetts Engineering, Design, and Technology Standards, as well as the Massachusetts Art Frameworks. At the launch event for this project, students were presented with an engineering challenge of solving a problem around storage, shelter, convenience, or creating a public art piece.
Hi, we're two 5th grade students from the Kennedy Longfellow School.
Our classroom teacher and our art teacher are collaborating to help us learn about simple machines through art.
Our art teachers made ebooks and shared it with us through Google Docs. We brought them into Book Creator to add text, videos, and images that show the process of us creating kinetic sculptures.
In this example, I drew a picture of my kinetic sculpture with all the parts, including the cam follower, both the cams, and the design on top of the base.
We had to test and evaluate our kinetic sculptures to see if they would work the way we wanted to. In this video, I'm testing the cams to see if they work properly.
If our design didn't work, we would redesign, build, test and evaluate, and over again until we got to our solution. Once we finish our kinetic sculptures and get a solution, we will be sharing the solution through a commercial, which we will then put into our ebooks. The app Book Creator helped us by having us plan out the steps so that we could build a working simple machine.
Using the iPads was more interactive because we could share videos, pictures, and text with other students and teachers.
Next, we're going to move over to a 4th grade classroom where science and math have gone green. The teacher has created a paperless workflow where documents can be created and shared between teacher and student via Google Drive and specific apps on the iPad.
Hi, these are 4th grade students from the Kennedy Longfellow School.
We will be introducing Notability to you.
First, you will open up the pencil half microphone icon.
As you can see, there are notes, and there are subjects for the notes: math, writing, science, and poetry.
In the top left corner, you see a plus sign. Tap that, and you will see Create Subject or Create Divider.
Once you have made a notebook, you must select it, and on the top right corner, there will be a pencil. Once you select it, you have created a new page.
Once you have created a new page, there are 5 icons in the top middle of the screen. T, which means type, pencil, a colored pencil, highlighter, eraser, scissors to cut, style, or delete things, and the hand so you can move around throughout your pages.
With the microphone icon, you can record your voice and anything you draw. One way we're using our science notebook and Notability is to record our plants in the garden. We predict things, we write them down in our Notability note, and we can draw on our Notability.
Now we are going to open the Book Creator app. Once you open up the app, it's really easy to create a new book. All you have to do is press the plus sign. I made this book in class all by myself. No teacher's help at all. That's the beauty of Book Creator. Once you open up your book, you can press the plus sign. There it says photos, camera, pen, add text, or add sound. In photos, you can choose a photo from your camera roll. Camera, take a picture or video and add it to your book. Pen, write on your paper. Add text, and add sound, you add your voice. In my book, I included pictures and text about Neptune.
In this example, we are learning about shadows. Our teacher has created a book for us, and we added pictures, text, and audio. On this page, this is a picture of my shadow, and here's my audio recording.
My silhouette doesn't reveal my face, my legs, my back. Also, it doesn't reveal my whole body.
The reason we both like using the iPads in school is because it is more fun than paper.
And it is less work.
It also helps us, when we grow up, know how to use electronics a lot better.
And it will help me become CEO of Apple.
Hi, my name is Carla Anderson. I'm a 4th grade teacher here at the Kennedy Longfellow School. And 2 of my students just showed you how they use book creator and Notability to support their learning in science and math and across the curriculum, and I'm going to show you today how I manage that work, assess the work, collect the work, share the work out with Google Docs. Okay, so at the beginning of the year, I went into Google Drive and I needed to create 2 different folders. One folder was going to be for me to create documents and send out to the students, and in there I've got my curriculum areas. And then in class rosters, I have 2 different classes that I teach math to. So I created a folder for each class, and within that class, everybody has a folder that has the subjects I teach them, and it's shared out to them so they can put documents in and it comes back to me. Okay, so I'm going to pretend to create a math assessment for the students that I'm going to share out to their iPads. So we start in class worksheets because this is going out from me to the students. This is where I create the documents. So class worksheets, I would go to my math folder and I would create a new document. And then I come up with a question I need them to answer. I could either type one out or I could insert an image, like a screenshot that I've taken before of an assessment, and there it is, we hope. Okay, so this is question number 1. In the figure below, which pair of sides is parallel? And the kids are going to get this on their iPads and going to download it onto the Notability, answer it, and it's going to come back to me without a piece of paper switching hands. So we're going to title it Parallel Assessment so the kids know which one to download into Notability. It's already shared with all the students because it is in the folder Math Class Worksheets Going Out. So it should be there with any luck. So we will go to an iPad. We will go to their Notability. And in my class, the students have notebooks for a ton of different subjects throughout the day. They're going to go to their math work, and they're going to import from Google Drive class worksheets from Miss Anderson. It's going to be a math question. They find parallel assessments. They go to create a new note. And we go back for whatever reason, I don't know, but we do. And now we open up parallel assessment, and there's their question. And then they can answer the question, which was in the figure below, which pair of sides is parallel? My answer is going to be AD and BC. Now I'm ready to share this back with my teacher so she can correct it. So I export to Google Drive. I make sure it's in my name now, in my math folder, and the kids are very used to this by this point. Export to math, send to Google Drive. Now, as the teacher, I say everyone needs to send in their work. I go back to my drive, and this time I open the class roster because that's incoming from the student. So here's my 2 classes that I teach math for. I open up to the student who sent me their work in their math folder, and there's the assessment with the work for it. And I have this work at all times. I never have to say turn your notebook in, their notebooks don't get lost. I have this at all times. For example, last night I corrected all my assessments from math, and I had the work right there for me, and I can show you that in a few minutes. But that, in a nutshell, is how I share the work out and receive it back. I'm going to share with you how I've been managing exit slips this year, because I do not want to collect little tiny pieces of paper every day with quick assessments for which students are getting the concepts and which students are not. So again, I'm getting this in my Google Drive, and I have the information anywhere I go throughout the day, and I can bring it home without carrying a million little pieces of paper. So in my math folder, I've created a folder called Exit Slips, and here are some exit slips that I've worked with already. All you do is create a new form this time instead of a new document, and after you choose your background of your choice, you make sure you select this automatically collect respondents' usernames so that the Google Drive automatically makes a spreadsheet for you. So there's no background work of collecting who has it, who doesn't have it. It's right there for you. You just go to the question and we can make one up. For example, which decimal is equivalent to 3/4? You also have the option of inserting an image here for a question. You choose your, and if you want to insert an image, you go up to insert and you can choose an image, video, whatever. I'm going to choose multiple choice, but you could also have a text, a whole paragraph, check boxes, whichever. I'm going to choose multiple choice. For option 1, I'm going to say 0.34, 34 hundredths. For option 2, I'm going to say 3 and 4, oops, it didn't say 4. For option 3, we're going to have the correct answer, and for selection 4, we're going to have 1 whole. Hopefully no one will choose that. All you do is say done, and if you want to make sure that your students answer this question, they don't have the option of skipping it, you can select require the question. And that question's done. And if I want another question, I can have as many questions as I want, add a new item, new question, but I'm not going to do that, so I'll just put it in the trash. I'm going to make sure I title my form equivalent. I'm just going to say practice because this is our trial run. We're all done. We just view live form, and you go up to the URL address once you're on the live form. If you don't go to the live form, then you're not going to get the kids will not be able to access the form. So go to live form, copy and paste the URL, and send the form. Now I go to my exit slip, back to my exit slip folder, and I have, sorry, not back to my exit slips folder, that folder where I told you I share out information with the students. In my math folder, it says student resources, and in there I have exit slip links, and this is constantly shared with the students. I just add the new exit slip URL for today, and I make it a live link. So select it, Command K, and it's now a live link. So the students will open up the document in their Google Docs and their iPads, select that, and it goes straight to that live form. And once they answer it, so there's your live form, there's what the students will open up to, they select their answer and submit. Again, you might have 10 questions, or with images. Once all the students have answered the questions, I go back to my original math folder where I created the form. In my exit slips, here's my exit slips I told you about. And once all the students have answered, I just open the responses file this time. Well, unfortunately no one answered that because it was me making it. So let's go back to one that they did answer, and we'll do test prep trial. And it would give you your username, the answer they gave you, and the date that they did that. So the next piece I'm working on is turning in the box to be green if the answer was correct, and I'm learning how to do that, but you might be ahead of me on the game on that one. So there you go, exit slips without the cumbersome index cards.
Thank you for joining us here at Kalo and letting us take you full steam ahead into your own teaching and learning. We hope you are able to take some tools and tips back with you into your learning environment. If you have any questions or feedback about what you learned today, I'd love to hear from you. Please email me at jedelman@leslie.edu. And be sure to visit our blog where you can find a lot of useful information about iPad deployment and current classroom projects. Signing out from the Kennedy Longfellow School, take care and good luck.